Hi, welcome to the Loretta Nash Show or Laura's blog. Um, you will notice that I just made an intro music for my blog just for the fun of it. Yeah, I know it's horrible, but it's an intro just to be something different. Okay, no, so I'm gonna go back to. It's been a while. Really, it's been a real while. So I'm going to just randomly pick out of this Mirror for Artist uh, essay out of I Will Take My Stand by 12 Southerners. I'm just going to start at where I got the bookmark at. And it'll look like 48. Sounds about right. Whoa, I forgot to do something. Give me a second. Uh, oh, great. Give me a second. Let me put this timer on and answer this. Oi. When you want to do something, and I'm sorry that I just grabbed some chips just a bit ago to do something. Okay, so I've kind of wasted a little bit, so I'm gonna go ahead and start this right here. Okay, there we go. Okay, and now we're gonna get back to I Will Take My Stand. Excuse me, page 48, and A Mirror for Artists. Oh, sorry. Okay, and integral part. Instead, we have a seclusionist like Emily Dickinson retiring within the narrow subjective cell, or at the other extreme, exiles like Henry James and Lafredo Hearn, who sought salvation in flight. Van Wyck Brooks has tended, in such case, to blame the inefficiency of the artist himself. That is, Mark Twain should not have let himself be gentled. Henry James should have drawn strength from his native earth. Rightly, I think Mr. Josephson finds that American society was to blame and not the artists for their defeatum, defeatsome, crazy words, was but a culinary of their dislocated relation to society. The rule of mechanicalism, though it may though it began early in America, promised for a while to be checked by the New England group who might have established a society hospitable to the arts. But New England idealism failed to debaticle the Civil War that it egged on. Thenceforth, industrialism, which had been long resistant by the arrogant agrarian South, gotta remember this word, and its old folly, and the West of the transition period held strong anyway. The schism between the artist and society, already foreshadowed in the inherited weakness of New England, became more and more extravagant until today. France and England harbor veritable colonies of exparticles, which at home new tribes of artists repeat the subject tragically of Emily Dickinson or Poe, or with a vain assurance attempt like Whitman to adumbrate the glory of a democratic, muscular future that forever recedes in the midst of retreating hope. Big words, lots of them. And I'm just straight out dry reading this. Okay. Mr. Jefferson makes a strong case, but states it too narrowly. In America, his America in New England or New York, he is blissfully oblivious to the agrarian South, past and present. He does not realize that the malady, yes, malady he pictures appears in the United States only in the most exaggerated and oblivious form. Geographically, it covers Western civilization wherever industrialism has fully entered. Historically, ravages it ravages may be studied throughout the 19th century. The long list of Bryan to Tennyson to Eliot, from Hugo to the symbolists, from Goth to Expressionism. Well, it says Goth. I say Goth, but it's said Goeth, so it's either Goth or Goth. To Expressionists will reveal the lamentable story of disassociation and illustrate profusely with examples of exile, dissortation, sensibility. Mr. Jefferson dictatum under mechanicalism, the eternal drama of the artist becomes resistant to the milieu, mildew. Crazy words. And I'm just reading this straight from it. Ugh. I might just, as soon as I get through with this, I might quit this book. Oh, I got too many big words. Okay, let's get back. It is sufficient, as I have previously indicated, that the Romanticism, which could be defined under this principle, began almost simultaneously with the Industrial Revolution. Democracy began its great rule at the same time, but we should do wrong to blame democracy too much, as Mr. Jefferson does, for the bad state of the artist. Democracy did not, after all, disturb society unduly. It was a slow growth. It had become continually with the past. It had some continually continuity with the past, and in an agrarian country like pre-Civil War America, it permitted the favored of balanced life. Industrialism came suddenly and marched swiftly. It left a tremendous gap. Only as democracy becomes aligned with industrialism can it be considered really dangerous. As when, in the United States, it becomes politically and sociologically impotent, or as in the extreme democracy of the Soviets, where converted into equalitarianism with class limits, it threatens the existence of man's humanity. Democracy, if made to a question a questionative by industrialism, does not appear as as an enemy to the arts. Industrialism does also appear and has played a hostile role for upwards for 150 years. As socialism, okay, gotta turn the page, in its various forms may be considered the natural political antitoxin that industrialism produces. Romanticism is the artistic antitoxin and will appear inevitably if an artist remains enough courage and sincerity to function at all. To yield to industrialism means to surrender the artistic function, to play the clown at dives feast, to become a kind of engineer, which is, for example, just what the architects of the skyscrapers have done. Not to yield means to invite and even to exploit the imbalance that is the unique characteristic of modern romanticism. All the more marked because of the modern tendency to exalt the separate role of the artist as artist and to make art itself sacrament and professional. Yeah, 1930s. Let's see who was really big in there. Ooh, there was a lot of it. It was almost getting into Cubism, if I can remember my stuff. It was getting into modernism and Cubism, and if I know my art history. Well, this is a stopping point in before he flips over into another rent rant. Let me see how long this rent rant is. As I said, I might, when I get through with this essay, ooh, it's a big essay. When I get finished with A Mirror for Artists, I might not even read any of the rest of them. I don't know. It's been a few weeks since I've decided to do this and then, or even post it. And so I've been playing around. Okay, you are listening to the Loretta Nash Show, or Loretta's Nash Show / Lore's blog, because as far as I know, I'm going to post this on two different things, two different platforms. And this is the fun part. Excuse me. It's a little bit cooler than what it's been a man. And it looks like my time is, well, it's getting, I'm going to see how long I can get this going. This might be a little bit longer broadcast than I normally have because of me skipping and everything. Well, uh, if you want to, you can uh, go purchase a print. Well, it stopped too. Or has it stopped? Well, okay. I can really can't tell because of this thing. You are listening to Laura's blog, uh, or Loretta Nash's show. You can uh, buy a print on Pixels. Just put my name on there, and you should be able to find it on Pixels.com. And you can buy a print on my beautiful art. And I will see you in just a bit.